That is perfect timing as we welcome you to week number 3 of Wednesday Night Dash as the Cup Series heads down to the south once again to the spiritual home of Star Car Racing and the Queen City 105 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. No time to waste. Let's get you right into the story. Instead of alongside Robert Hughes, JP up in Jackson, and Eric Richardson in row number 4. A little bit further back here with Hunter Hughes, Ron Miles, Casey Tucker, Jacob Parker, Christopher Fuge, his brother Wesley right next to him, Colton Gardner, and Brian McKinney. Colton Gardner way back in the mix. He's on the back foot. Same for Dawson Buchanan, who looked to be potentially in the mix. Connor Fuge will be next to him in row number 9. DJ Fluck and Bill Mofield rounding out the 10. Of a legend and a rookie trying to go back to back. Let's see who comes out on top here in Queen City. And for the 6th time in Wednesday Night Dash, we're racing in Charlotte. But that'll check up the entire high line. Nick Warboy and I believe Garrett Garnigan in the back here for the rest of it. Behind Tyler Cheney, JP Jones, and now 100 Hughes of the Twitch machine. Trying to send it down low. A lot of guys trying to make some moves early on. You see that one. Putting the pressure on. Ooh, didn't dive any further back. You saw some guys banging door to door there. Again, just like Chicagoland, this is the track that can spread apart. If you think you've got pace, you've got to prove it. You got to put it on track. Tyler Cheney leading from 4th on track. This is the 18th, which he being JP Jones still in the mix. He's off the wall again. He bangs doors with Casey Tucker down low here. Counter tank that is down to explode. Going down low. On back. I don't think anybody is necessarily comfortable at this point in the race running. Nearly into the door there of Casey Tucker. Major code brown down. He's going to get off up. That's John Miles in the number 4. Excuse me, Dawson Buchanan, newcomers in the number 4. Real cheeky move just behind. That's Christopher Fuge. Oh, trouble! Oh my goodness, Casey Tucker and Chris Fuge get into it. Dawson Buchanan going around. And immediately we'll go yellow. It was Dawson Buchanan, I believe, making contact there with Casey Tucker. And that's what brought out the Connor. And it started with Tucker going into the wall. Coming out of turn number 2. Covered down below, actually put down the fence. And actually, Tucker was the first one anyway. He ping-ponged coming out of turn number 3. And then Buchanan kind of ends up broadside. No harm, no foul there. And Chad Winstead still your winner. As we're a 10th of the way home here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's fill you in on the track, though. For the stock car fan, a place that needs zero introduction, a place that's home to the Coca-Cola 600, as well as historically the All-Star race. Pretty much, again, technically in Concord, but the greater Charlotte area, home to pretty much half of the NASCAR Cup Series Xfinity and Truck Series Grid. Need to call it the O'Reilly Series now. Oh my goodness. But mile and a half, consistent 24 degree banking. We ran the oval last year, but it's the 5th time that we have been back here running the more V-shaped configuration. Jax Malin looking to go for the off strategy. Casey Hooker doing the same. Nick Warboy, JP Jones, I see a little bit further back as well. But Chad Winstead is indeed still your leader. And talking to DJ Fluck before tonight, it was a Undertaker WWE style return, one that literally nobody expected. And hasn't raced since, I believe, season 2 or season 3. They have talked about this guy like people in Chicago talked about King Von. The guy was an absolute menace in early SST Wednesday Night Dash history. You're a season 2 champion, the only one to do so by sweeping the entirety of a series. Felt like Matt Fuge was getting, Matt Faust was pretty close to doing that in Indy Racing World Series last season, but one of the greatest drivers and one of the greatest runs in Stadium Scene history, unshockingly, finds his way to the point in his return to Wednesday Night Dash. Haven't talked enough about Robert Lewis as well. Not just a great start to the night, great start to the season as well. I believe a pair of top 5 starts. Not even sure when the last time he was on the podium before then. Not a jab at his driving at all. I just haven't done my homework on that front. But in the time I've been here, about a year and a half, seen him consistently in the top 5, top 10, not necessarily on the podium. So definitely taking a little bit of liking here in the Cup Series in what was frankly a horrendous run at Chicagoland for a lot of these drivers. The Kyle Larson style tank slappers, just that little bit of the car stepping out, getting into kind of a slow slide and overcorrecting, veering immediately off into the outside wall. We saw that last Wednesday, and that's what caught so many of these guys out. That's why we were pretty much under caution for half of the laps. Nobody got the worst of it, frankly. Then Hunter Hughes, the 18 Twitch.tv driver, started with a win. Again, season at 13 picked off, but had a really roller coaster day. Round number 2, started on the front row, spun at the drop of the green flag, found his way up to the top, made contact with another driver, found his way back up to the top 5 with about 10 laps to go. Another one of those drivers got in those Kyle Larson style crashes, broadside with nowhere to go. High and low, he's at the pace. He's just had nowhere to go. Smoothness and less abrasion than Chicagoland. So these guys already a little bit more comfortable. Let's see if Robert Lewis or Tyler Cheney has anything for the legend Winstead as we go back to green on lap number 10. I should say, immediately locks that with 60. And someone who just so happens to be AMA's, a brand new AMA. Ooh, big shake further back. Robert Lewis might have made a little bit of contact there with Hughes. He's looking to the inside. Colton Carter with the peak down low. That'll be nearly 3 abreast. It will be as we head into no time. They want to get to the front as soon as possible. Lewis holding out goes up high. Likes the grab. This will leave Gardner down low with 0 help. Starting to find something again. As we check in with that heel snooze. Is he able to clear Chris Fuge? Not quite. Unless he has the he might have to check out. Find the high side. Yeah, he's off front. Huge send it a little bit too deep, so 14 back up to P4. Now here comes Jack's Mail. Talladega or Daytona, but definitely a little bit of bumper contact. Oh boy, a little bit of side pod contact as well. Big Code Brown moment there for Chris Fuge. Jax Malin, who's back in the Zim colors. Race winning colors. And off lane 26. Again, trying the high side. 2 by 2. John Miles. And get his way back up into P3. Here comes Colton Gardner now. Able to clear him for P3, and we are nearly 4 wide further back. Wesley thought about quick fix. Further back. Out front, it's become instead. Colton Gardner trying the high side, not able to get there. For Tyler Cheney, who just got his first start number 2. You got the feeling it was a matter of time. Unfortunately, the unstoppable force. Object. Chad needs that point. Goes a little bit deep there. On the inside, Colton Gardner in the 40. Trying to go with it. No cover. Brush up against the wall. Now Jax Malin will try to sneak on by as well. And it'll be a done deal. 5. Tyler Cheney and now Robert Lewis. Do that runner-up position. About 10 laps. Got some fairly solid pace here. By the way, wasting 0 time to get back to the point as well. Try the inside of Jacob. By the 20. factor here again. Running fairly spaced out now. Chad's been nice for a lot of these guys. Still riding on board with Hunter Hughes, just put John Miles aside for P7. That is Tyler Cheney and Wesley Hughes just... shot effect could be. Is rolling that momentum. Gardner has faith in the high side. Likes the momentum up top. He's actually moving to keep that position. Second run. What's on? Consistent reshuffling here. Lead from P3 on back. Robert Lewis with a little bit of a breakaway. But nobody able to touch Chad Winstead. Time at this point, that delta bouncing between about 0.1 and 0.2. Still not able to get there just yet. Doctor ordered for the Indiana Hoosier. Up into the top 10. Dawson Buchanan. Inside, clear Jarnigan could be able to clear Cheney and is able to do it. Dawson Buchanan. Over champ on the fight forward. Cheney trying to fight as well. Side by side, clear contact there. And Cheney able to walk the tightrope on the outside. And absolutely. You get the feeling that green flag pit stops are on the horizon. The only question is when. Is that intentional, or are those Goodyear Racing Eagles maybe running out of life? Slingshot it back. Right there with him. That is absolutely up in the wall. That was contact. You saw the entire chat. As a result, oh no, Brian McKinney. Looks like there might have been some drama here for McKinney. He is indeed 5 laps down. Not entirely sure what happened there. That was some kind of issue. And there might be trouble as well for Chris Fuge. Is massively off pace. Trying to get that Winstead. And Lewis is building on that pace. Gardner, who, by the way, making his return, is absolutely in that mix as well. One of the 4 races will be running this season. This Wilkesboro, Talladega, and CDMX. And it seems like immediately we're back in the Xfinity cars as he's duking it with Jax Malin. Chad Winstead and Dawson Buchanan, your winningest. Top in terms of laps led, came into this 58 to his name. Dawson Buchanan with 80. Caden McGarvey Jr. See, was that an intentional drop back from pace? Maybe saving a little bit of something, but still not really giving Robert Lewis the opportunity. Gardner. Halfway home in the Queen City 105, round number 3 of Wednesday Night Dash. It has been a glorious return for Chad Winstead, but we continue to watch Jax Malin try to fight it. Gardner, this could be the best opportunity here. Still not able to find something down low. And the white line strategy, which was Old Faithful at Chicago, has not he has found so much speed, a shocking amount of speed in the highline. Winner in this. One of your best drivers up, who actually took it to pit lane already. Buchanan, Richardson, and Warboy getting service as well. Frankly, this isn't necessarily a move he's got to make. I think everybody at least needs to come this one time. Properly timed caution here could be exactly what the doctor ordered. Wets Fuge hanging onto it. Big slide there, working into the quad over. This will be a great eventually. 68. As it does indeed look like Jax Malin was able to by doing exactly what Bolt Gardner did. That's Pete lead. Time being in a round that probably needs to get checked. Wesley Hughes will check in for second. Those two battling. Not quite getting caught in the after range yet. Further back, the minute 1 battle ends. Another one opens. Dawson Buchanan versus Hunter Hughes. And the number 4 looking to make it. And in turn number 3, we say quick work of them. These guys have been bumper to bumper for the past 10 laps. Seems like immediately Hughes will be battling back. He was off throttle and saw the fire out the side. Momentum actually elected to stay behind him. Maybe to save fuel, I believe he came in. I'm not sure what the numbers are looking like right now. Could be a possibility. Chad Winstead. And slowly but surely, Robert Lewis has been chipping away. That top 10 in a minute. Midway as well. Runners for Garrett Jarnigan. To try and drive his way to the front. Those two find each other. Dawson Buchanan on front as well. He saw that bend off from the number 4. Off in front. Fight is indeed on. 25 laps to go in Queen City. Indeed, the 14 of Robert Lewis is on the scene. But ask any racing driver, catching up to somebody is one thing, making a move stick, that is a whole nother battle. But Lewis had the opportunity through turn number 2. We'll try and make it stick through, but not able. We've talked so much about the momentum on the exit. If you're ripping the high line, that is exactly what Chad Winstead is doing to defend. Robert knows it. Another big split spinner place, had the momentum, but was rough. He wants to jam it to the high side if possible. Now he gives it another try down low. Side by side. This could be enough to clear him. Not quite. But the door's still open. He'll go down low. Now Winstead blocks. Really great defense. The first time we've had to see Chad really defend for it. Forcing Robert Lewis to burn through some rubber, asking for a little bit of extra energy going down to the white line. Back Casey Tucker, he was out of gas. He had to come in from surface. He would be kicking himself over what could have been now E18. Battle for between Jax Malin and Colton Garner potentially set to resume as well. And the caution comes out at just the perfect time. That might have been Gardner. Brought that out. He was already low on gas. Oh, he came back and oh my goodness. What on earth? Oh my goodness. What did I say? Larsened it to the outside. Just a little bit of a slide. We've seen it in the real world, and for what feels like the millionth time, we've seen it again in the virtual. And everybody coming into pit lane. If you can't do it on track, a lot of these guys getting a really good opportunity to make it work off track. I mean, who's that who's decided to stay out? One of the Hughes cars. Maybe one of the biggest moments of the night. Everybody on their marks. Malin the first to get on the jacks. Watch the right side of your screen here. Who's first to get out of the box? Top three in standings are fighting with one another, and it looks like it will indeed be Chad Winstead winning that battle. Max Malin go up into P2. Dawson Buchanan as well. Got too much, but we'll check in with him very quickly here for Pit Boss in Race Update. Chad, it's Jackson here in the Stadium Seat broadcast booth. How do you read?
Hey Jackson, how's it going?
Welcome back. Out in front, relatively quiet race for you so far, but you've had the Jaws music start to play. You got Robert Lewis out in front. What's the strat here with 20 to go?
Well, the strategy was saving fuel. I knew he was reeling me in, but I was saving. I was a few laps short. So now the strategy is just to do the same thing I did the first half and run flat out and get out in front and stay there.
Highline looking like the place to be, though, if you're trying to defend.
Yeah, I think definitely as the tires wear in. I don't know about the very first part of the run here. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna try and keep it low here and just rip it for a few laps before drifting up there.
Sounds good. Lights off on the pace car, so I'll let you get set here. Best of luck, Chad.
I appreciate it, man.
The legend returned, Chad Winstead, firing off from P1. And it'll be 18 laps to go. Return to this is the high side. And just a little bit further back, Jax Malin and Dawson Buchanan in the mix as well. Hughes and tagging a few spots in the pit stop. Is there as well. Eric Richardson continues the run toward P7 here at Norton, and Tyler Cheney, unfortunately, a big loser. Very good so far tonight. New colors for him. He's been kind of changing it weekend to weekend and running very close 6 up this time. So if he can charge forward, it's going to see if anybody has got anything for Chad Winstead. Crucially, if we'll be able to stay green here to the end. We've been treated to clean racing. Is it going to stay that way? And how badly do these 20 guys on track want it? Green flag, 20 laps to go. Pressure back from Malin. I think this entire field knows that. Charlie position to put the pressure on and try and Robert Lewis has been waiting for this opportunity all night long. Here he comes to the inside, out of the quad oval. And will fully try and clear him. Still two abreast here through 2 and 3. Two-time winner, looking for 3. Just behind Hunter Hughes, trying to make it on the season. Nearly contact coming out of the quad oval, and Winstead starting to run away with it. Malin was down low, now goes up high. Time. And this entire freight train further back has 15 laps to try and close. A big hit further back. Jax Malin into the wall. Collects Eric Richardson. Dawson Buchanan getting a piece of it. The big kahuna in Queen City. So bad, it made my freaking Wi-Fi go down to Denny's mode, bro. Oh my goodness. Crash that broke my internet. Hey, baby, Jesus. goodness. All right. Let's get the replay here. And it was indeed Jax Malin, the first really to bring the carnage there. So we see the replay. Kyle Cheney doing a great job driving back and forth. Just there, flips the outside. Big hit. Is off throttle. And it looks like... Oh, no. Well, everything else, I guess, interpretation at that point. Oh, man. I'm getting it in Morse code. You guys can kind of do the rest of it. Man, that looked like a slide, though. I believe that was... Oh, it was Wesley Fuge. Oh, man. How's that machine looking? Still squeaky clean. Squeaky clean-ish. There with the 54, so we certainly got a piece of it. Who is staying out? Both Lewis, Buchanan, Gardner, Jarnigan getting a few spots in the process. And Chris Fuge just getting that lap back in the 49. Into the pits here. Thinking about steel. Caught the guy in P2, huh? Grab Robert Lewis for your second pit boss in race update of the night.
Start zone.
Oh, sorry. Got you mid-conversation. Rob Jackson Lambros, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Having the time of my life. Really good battle there. With Chad before we kind of had these battles out in front. I've got the feeling you were kind of wishing we stayed right there.
I was. You know, I think I got a pretty good long run pace, and so I hate to see the caution come out, but we'll see what I can muster up here.
Leave you to it. Best of luck here.
Thank you.
Here on the last actual sure win. Robert Lewis, though, long tenure driver in the series. It'd be very, very cool to see him eventually break the drought here and be back in victory lane. We are well underway in our season here from Wednesday Night Dash, but Season 7 of the Indy Racing World Series is on deck as well. We return February 24th to Phoenix, running with you all the way to the 19th of May for the Michigan 250. And all information on that can be found on Stadium Scene as well as f-racing.com. Also on schedule to be in the box for all of those races as well. That's a return coming in about 3 weeks' time, but what a return it has been. Chad Winstead has pretty much been at the point this entire race. And in 12 laps time, if he's able to hold it, try and go flag to flag, but nobody's won here more than Dawson Buchanan. He was able to clear a handful of drivers on that restart, and he is in that prime spot to pounce just behind. 11 laps to go. And we drop the race. Couple more on the restart as well. See who's got it. Back to it from Charlotte. Oh boy. What has happened here? DJ Fluck involved in it. We'll try try and just kind of go frame by frame here. Oh boy. So Nick Warboy getting contact there. Turned by Jackson Malin. One of the Hughes brothers spun. JP Jones into the 88. All right. Cautions breeding cautions here in Charlotte. And indeed it was Dawson Buchanan able to get that P2 spot on the restart. We missed that. Lewis dropping down to P2 here. Potentially now in that prime position on the inside of row number 2. We'll have to wait and see. We'll step aside for just a moment here, but do not go anywhere. It's round number 3, the Queen City 105 here from Charlotte. Ready to go again here from Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Queen City 105. It'll be 7 laps to go when we throw the green flag. And a mad dash to see if anyone can topple Chad instead. Just trying to return to victory lane for the first time since season 3. Former Charlotte winner alongside him, and a hungry Robert Lewis behind. 7 laps to go here in Charlotte. Buchanan immediately there. Trying the high side. Really good restart from the 4. Lewis trying to fend off from Hughes and Jarnigan further back. He's got a battle. Block from Winstead. We'll try to park the bus down low. Have a genuine shot here on board with Buchanan. Gardner further back with here comes Robert Lewis further back on the high side. Able to clear him? No. Not just yet. Now gets him into turn number 3. Hughes further back. Ball. Race cars. 3 wide further back. Fuge all the way down. Tyler Cheney leading him, still 3 wide. Eric Richardson on the high side. Milan goes around. And we very possibly will have a green-white checkered on our hands here. For half a lap, and that's about what we expect. We were green for so long. Buchanan still in Q2. And it looks like we are going to have a green-white checker on our hands here. JP Jones and Jax Malin in the pits for damage. Rough night, unfortunately, for Jax. That was the second incident he was caught in. Being put on the spot here, but I'll try and get your guys' points as well after this. I do have it. I guarantee to you it was supposed to look more pretty, and we were supposed to have the graphic. That's more on my end. But it is indeed AMA with an early lead at 147 points, SMR in second, and JM Motorsports, after a really rough start in round one, able to put it together in Chicagoland to get up to P3. But individually, Tyler Cheney is still your championship leader. Jacob Barker, Hunter Hughes in second coming into this weekend at 69 points. Dawson Buchanan, 66. Chris Fuge, Garrett Jarnigan, Jax Malin, Robert Lewis, who is still on schedule to get a good chunk of points here. Brian McKinney, Jacob Barker, and John Miles, your top 10 in the points. Wish it would be points as they run here. That'd be nice. It's stacked up again. And pretty much the next flag will end it. We're yellow, we're yellow. Chad Winstead, after over a year and a half gone, numerous years gone at that, from Wednesday Night Dash, trying to make a heck of a return here in the 60. Dawson Buchanan, two-time winner, trying to make it great starts unscheduled this season, though. Very much appreciated. But Robert Lewis has been in position all night. 2 laps and only 1 driver coming out on top. We are green for the final time from Queen City. The pressure's got to be on quick here for Buchanan if he wants any hope of dethroning Winstead. Hughes around coming out at turn number 2, and that'll do it. Might have one more go at it. Saw the counter go up from 71 to 72. Oh yeah, we've got one more shot. Man, Hunter Hughes, P2 in the standings. That'll drop him like a stone, unfortunately. Hunter Hughes. Both Hunter Hughes and Tyler Cheney, first and second in the championship, coming into this weekend, getting into each other. Not the move to make there. Since it's still looking good for AMA, who could be undefeated after this. Chad Winstead still at the point. Not if Robert Lewis has anything to say about it. The Blue Ridge Racing Machine. Both him and Jacob Barker just unlucky so far to get this year started. Series schedule. It'll be North Wilkesboro up next, with Talladega, Indy, Kentucky, Phoenix, Mexico City, and Michigan still to come. That should be hopefully some really good racing. But step aside one more time, and when we return, the finish of the Queen City 105. one more opportunity here from Charlotte Motor Speedway as Chad Winstead going to try and go flag to flag, but Dawson Buchanan has been looking really, really fast on these restarts. He just hasn't had it. We'll see if anyone's got anything for the 60. And for the final time, we are racing in Charlotte. That's exactly the start Winstead wanted. Buchanan now forced to fend off the Gardner. Watch the deck. Really good tempo. This could be the one Buchanan's been waiting for. The outside line for win at number 3. Off throttle, but walking the tightrope. Buchanan trying to make it happen. Two abreast coming out of turn number 4. White flag is out. Buchanan will be the second car to lead tonight. Next flag will end it. Yellow will freeze the field. Gardner trying to join the party, but Buchanan around the outside. Fuge down low. He's off pace. Winstead walks into turn number 3. Buchanan, the leader for only one lap, and it was the one that mattered. Dawson Buchanan, what number 3 in Queen City? Winstead sliding across the line. I'm not even sure he made it on the podium. Back to that last lap. Buchanan around the outside. It was strong. And Gardner left it open. Winstead left it open. Gardner went down low. A little bit of a nudge here. Winstead tried the high line, but it was too little too late. And indeed, Robert Lewis was able to sneak by. Oh my goodness. And Dawson Buchanan, third in standings, will head into North Wilkesboro as your Cup Series points leader. How about that? Your final results after 75 grueling laps. Dawson Buchanan, your race leader over Colton Gardner, who will have one of his few races on the podium. Robert Lewis able to bring it home and finally make that move for Chad Winstead. It wasn't for the win, but it was exactly what he needed in the nick of time. Tyler Cheney, Garrett Jarnigan, Eric Richardson, Jacob Barker, Chris Fuge, and Nick Warboy able to battle back, rounding out your top 10. Looking a little bit further back, John Miles, Bill Mulfield, TJ Fluck, Connor Fuge. Unfortunate end to the day there for Connor. Hunter Hughes as well, his brother joining him to round out your top 15. Actually, all three Fuges together there with Wesley and P16. JP Jones, Jax Malin, Brian McKinney, and Casey Tucker out to end your field of 20. I'm catching my breath here, and fortunately, I've got three individuals joining me here in the broadcast booth to give me a little bit of a breather. Let's get started with your P3 finisher, Robert Lewis. In the 14, Rob, you were able to make that move just in the nick of time. Unfortunately, 2 spots too low. Talk to me about the closing stances of that race for you.
Man, I just hate the cautions. I couldn't get restarted as quick as everybody else, and I wish it would have ran green. I think I'd have been a whole lot better. At least second, maybe could have won it.
Disappointing end to your day, but still some really, really good pace in the 14. And for a race weekend where you came in, I'm looking right now, I believe not even in the top 10 in points. You are instantly going into North Wilkesboro as a contender. How much of a motivation boost has this been for you this week?
It's been pretty good. It feels good to run up front. I've had some bad luck these last couple races, so that felt good. I'll take P3.
Still a phenomenal drive for you, Rob. Any shout-outs here before we move on?
Shout out Colton for saving it when I hit him in the rear end. I thought I wrecked him coming. So, I felt really bad, but I'm glad he saved it.
Well, let's talk about that then. Colton Gardner P2 finish on a limited schedule, but the 3-time champ, you are P2 on the night. Let's talk about that save.
Well, to be honest, these cars are like really planted, and like I could feel him hit me, but it didn't necessarily like move the car any. But yeah, if he had hit me maybe a little bit harder, it might have done something. But it was all good.
Funky, but you've been running up front pretty much all night. The minute it wasn't you battling with Malin, you immediately kind of changed that battle over to battling with Rob. What felt dialed in for you in the 40?
I just got a knack for this car and this track. It just something about it here. It's my home track. I have ran a lot of laps here and everything, and I love Charlotte. It's a lot of fun to race here, and it's the one track I have like really worked at in just about any discipline. So.
And we could absolutely see it there, especially in the closing stages of the race. Limited schedule, but you're able to open up your season on the podium. Any shout outs for you, Colton, before we talk to our race winner?
Yeah. Shout out to everybody at SMR. We've been putting in a lot of work, especially after the Daytona 24-hour race. That was quite a big undertaking for all of us, and I'm glad we were able to complete it and everything. And shout out to French Broad Fire and Rescue and all my partners. Thank you, everybody, for everything.
Really great drive from you, Colt. On to your race winner. Win number 1 of the season, but career win number 3 here on the High Banks, Dawson Buchanan. Let's start with this, Dawson. Talk to me about that restart, because I felt like it was a two-phase, getting yourself in contention even by just starting on the outside of row number 1 and just making the outside stick. How difficult was it to make that move work?
Yeah, I mean, the P2 is probably not where you want to be there on a restart, especially that late. And I tried to time it up just right, and he went earlier than I thought, and I thought, oh no, he's beat me now, and I'm just riding for second. And then I got the biggest run I've ever gotten in my life off of 1, and then got to hold his outside. But yeah, that was surprised me for sure.
Quick jump over to Colton really quick. Was there contact between you guys coming out of turn 2? Was there any kind of nudge there that potentially could have set that up, or was that just sweet baby Jesus pushing him?
With who?
With Dawson, because again, that dude had an insane run, and I did not know if there. I don't know. All right, whatever.
I don't think no.
All right, we'll kill that then. But I mean, Dawson, genuinely insane run for you. You looked like you were immediately. I was saying it to the guys at home. You had the car to do it. You just needed more than 4 corners, and you were able to make it stick. You came into this weekend P3 in standings. You're certainly our championship leader heading into North Wilkesboro. Describe that emotion.
It's definitely is a shock to me. That whole race was up and down. I started, was following Colton through, and then got wrecked, and then came back, and then was riding that long green flag run. And I mean, that's winning this race was not where I had. It's where I planned on ending up, but it's not where I thought I was going to end up. So I'm just happy to be being here, even speaking to you guys. I'd have been happy with first, second, or third.
Roller coaster race for you, but the number 4 ends up in P1. Any shout outs you'd like here before we start wrapping things up for the evening?
Yeah, shout out obviously all the JM boys and Chevrolet and American Antler Company, B2 Ag Drones, Dr. Pepper, everybody who's on the car this season. I want to make sure I thank everybody in case I don't get in victory lane anymore. But yeah, I think that's about it.
I'm liking the odds after tonight. Really, really great drive from you, Dawson. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that'll be all she wrote for round number 3. Again, Dawson Buchanan, your race winner. And we will gather our things back up and head even further south for our pseudo all-star race at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Hope to see you then. But until then, for everybody here at Stadium CNTV, my name is Jackson Lambros, thanking you so much for spending your Wednesday night for us. with us, I should say. God, I got to choke right at the end here. But thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.